Welcome to the Shorts and Hoodies Monday show, where my name is Jared, and to my that side, I have
To my that side.
to my that side.
It's Mr. Dash. What's going on, Jared?
Well, today you've given me the liberties to go ahead and talk a little bit more about gaming, the Microsoft acquisition of the Activision and Blizzard. And if you like what we're talking about, because this does lead into our next episode on Friday, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So don't remember, like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, hit all the bells and whistles. Make sure you got us notified. I've got a new series coming out with some new video games. Dash, you got anything new planned in the works for your side adventures?
Not at all. No.
All right.
My dance season is getting ready to go into full force. In a month, when I start going on a hiatus from the Monday shows, I will be gone because I will be out of town every weekend. But yeah, so right now it's just too much. So
No, I got you.
But I do have new stuff on the horizon for at least myself and the channel as well, coming in June.
Nice.
So, very excited about all of the new stuff that will be starting.
And I'm actually happy because today you're wearing a hoodie.
I am. I try to wear a hoodie at least on the Monday show. Plus,
Nice.
I was like, I'm doing laundry right now too. So
Yeah, I bought a new hoodie.
Excuse that spot right there. That's bothering the mess out of me.
Don't worry about it. Nobody would have noticed it until you pointed it out, to be honest with you.
Way to go, me.
Yeah. Well, so I am very curious because I've been an Xbox fanboy, Microsoft for a long time, and I know that you've been a little bit of a PlayStation fanboy. We talked about this after the last Friday show.
Not at all.
Not at all?
No,
Okay.
I'm an Xbox person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then I misinterpreted what you said.
I do have my Xbox. I still have an Xbox One. I have not upgraded yet. And I think I'm not sure if I will upgrade until I absolutely have to.
Smart.
I say that because I opted to get a PlayStation 5 when the PS5 came out, just so I would be able to play games like Spider-Man. And I have a Switch as well. So I'm not a hardcore gamer, but I am what I like to consider a medium gamer.
Well, if you're okay with all digital, a lot of the Xbox Series S's, I think those are the digital ones. They're like only $275.
I'm not.
So if you're not a digital.
I like the disc. I'm one of those, like, I'm still, granted, I do have my Spotify. Shout out to Spotify, which you can find the podcast on. I do the digital music and everything like that. But honestly, when it comes to music, like, I prefer CDs or vinyl, just because I can appreciate the artwork or what goes into that. And I think it's the same way for me when it comes to video games. I prefer a physical copy. It's just something about being able to look on my shelf and see, all the games that I have, not having to go to my library and go, what do I want to play now?
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I apologize. Because I know we dabbled into it. And we're like, let's save it for the show. Let's save it for the Monday show. And you were pretty pro PlayStation there. Did I misconstrue that as well too, or?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against PlayStation, but growing up, what's going on, Baker? Growing up, all my friends played Xbox. Yeah, it was just, I just thought it was a cooler looking console. I mean, granted, I played Grand Theft Auto on the PS2 and all that stuff, and
yeah.
I don't have any hate for PlayStation. I just prefer Xbox. Now I can rant and rave about, Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's
a beautiful
dude. Even I got it. I've had a PlayStation 4 for the longest time, and I can't tell. Like I told you, I just finished the Spider-Man series again. It is so fun just to swing around and just be Spider-Man. Like I mean, for 2 hours when I first started the game, I didn't even do any of the missions. I just swung around New York.
Right.
Just listen to Spotify and J. Jonah Jameson rant about how much he hates me. So,
yeah. It's something that's very freeing, just swinging around. Yeah,
it's great. So I want to start off because I want to get your perspective, and I know I'm asking you a lot of questions here. I feel like I'm interviewing Dash about this, but so what are your thoughts on the acquisition? Like, how do you feel about it all?
I'm super psyched for it. Again, being an Xbox person and everything, We won't this all won't finalize until next year to the end of the fiscal year of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, we're getting games. We're getting Overwatch. Overwatch is part of this deal? Call of Duty. It is one of the biggest games every single year. We're getting Diablo, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush as well, is owned by King, which is it's part of that as well. It's a $1 billion game.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
But I mean, not only that, they're acquiring more than 10,000 and more employees that come with this. Doing a little bit of research, I'm seeing a lot of people are super psyched about it. That they're stoked about this. They're acquiring the games, and they're acquiring the esports teams as well. There's so much that comes with this acquisition of Activision Blizzard that a lot of people just go. My first question was, okay, if I'm going to spend nearly $70 billion, that's a B with a B.
What am I getting?
What am I going to get? And what are you going to do? And it's one of those things like, I'm sorry, if I spend $70 billion on something, I'm sorry, 68.7 billion. 70 billion dollars on all this stuff. Do you make it Xbox only? Or do you keep it out the kind of the same way that they did with Mojang and Minecraft, and you keep it all on all platforms? I think they're going to make more money in the long run if they keep it on to keep them on PlayStation as well. But the one thing that I did not even think about is this gives Microsoft, Xbox, this gives them a chance to revive old games. And one game that I'm particularly excited about with the possibility of coming back is Guitar Hero.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that until a little bit ago. Granted, I was a Rock Band person, but if you revive Guitar Hero,
Rock Band is going to come right back too.
Exactly. That would be really. I've had so much fun playing Rock Band, Guitar Hero, stuff like that. But this gives that opportunity of it happening.
I mean, the tweet that Phil Spencer kind of put out, and this is a direct quote here. I'll just say to players out there who are playing Activision Blizzard games on Sony's platforms, it's not our intent to put communities away from that platform and remain committed to that. I mean, there was a tweet back in September 12th of 2019 that from Xbox that literally says, no matter what you call it, one thing that unites us all is the X button. And it's got the Switch, the PlayStation, the Microsoft controller, as well as your keyboard. And I mean, for the longest time, Sony has kind of been anti-cohabitation with everybody. They notoriously push back on the multi-platform stuff, for cross-platform video games. Whereas Xbox is like, yeah, we are all gamers. And they've actually, like, when they were doing the Xbox Series X and S, they were basically like, we want to get away from consoles. We just want to make games for everybody to play and enjoy. And that's our main driving force, whether you buy the Xbox One or you buy a PlayStation or you're playing on PC or whatever it is. We just want you to play the game. Yep. And that's why
that face, that I misheard you. You said Sony was against it. And I was like, well, yeah, you're absolutely right. It was one of those things too, that was, I'm trying to remember. It wasn't Fortnite, because Fortnite was already cross-platformed.
Yeah, it was one of those major ones that
it was a major game, and they went to PlayStation first and was like, we want to do this for all the systems. And they were like, no. And then they went to Nintendo, and Nintendo was like, yep, let's do it. And Nintendo kind of opened that door before Minecraft and Fortnite and stuff like that. But I can't remember what game it was off the top of my head. If you're watching, you can remember, drop a comment down. Nintendo was that first person really to open that door to go, hey, Xbox, let's me and you link up.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a juggernaut,
PlayStation was like, crap, now we got it. We have to, or we're going to lose money on this. And so
Dude,
Yep.
when a juggernaut like Nintendo, who notoriously is like they're like, we don't care. Mario is Nintendo. It will never be anything other than Nintendo. When
Right.
Nintendo's like, yeah, Xbox, let's team up.
Yep.
You got to take a look at PlayStation. PlayStation's got egg on their face. They're just like, come on. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, even Nintendo is saying, let's do this. And you're like, no, come on. You can't be that silly. I'm just kind of excited to see the top CEO go out of Activision and Blizzard. Get him
Yeah.
out of there. Get him out of there.
Well, that
I'm
was one
not.
of the things that Phil Spencer spoke about just the other day was the whole, sexual harassment thing. We're
Mhm.
going to be tackling that. That is going to be one of the very first things that we're going to be. This is going to be a better space for everybody. Nobody should have to go to work and have to deal with any of that crap. And so I'm super excited to see, or super happy to see that it is going to be a better work environment for these people who put their heart and soul into things that we can, sit on the couch or the armchair and dive into for hours and hours all day long. We forget what goes into it and what some people have to deal with at these companies.
Yeah, I mean, like when I played Diablo 3 because it was funny because I played House Flipper for 2 hours last night with a buddy of mine.
Okay.
It is notoriously a single player game, but we made it work. And then I played Diablo 3 for like 4 or 5 hours, and I still wanted to go until he was like, "Oh, Jared, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You should probably go to bed." I was like, "Oh yeah, I should probably go to bed."
Yeah.
So like these are games that we sit there and enjoy, and for there to be sexual harassment in the workplace, like that starts from the top down. If it just get him out of there. I don't know how these studios do it, but they've been able to do it notoriously well. And even Helios agrees with me back there,
Well,
like
did they have I want to say they had the same issue. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm not trying to,
mhm.
slander a company, but I could have sworn I remember hearing something about Bethesda going through the same thing as well. That when Microsoft took over, Bethesda, that it was one of those things like, no, we need to nip this now. Like
Yeah,
this should not be an issue. I want to say I remember hearing something that if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know.
Yeah, I know that like Activision, Blizzard, kind of like some of the smaller companies seem to have some more of those issues because it's almost kind of like a just grind and get it out and get these games taken care of, where the bigger corporations are like actual workplace environments where if you have an issue and you're like, hey, Dash, I know you're my HR guy, I got this problem. You're like, yeah, let's solve that immediately.
Yeah.
Whereas, you go to somebody who's smaller, who's creating a lot of these big, beautiful things. They're like, look, we just need to get it done so we can make another $1 billion in the next month. And then we can maybe talk about it. And then it just gets pushed to the wayside and wayside. I mean, when California sues you for what you're doing wrong, when a state sues you for something, you should probably take a look at yourself and go, maybe I don't know, maybe we need to readjust somebody.
Yeah.
And I mean, Microsoft is probably the perfect fix. I mean, they've been doing this stuff for goodness knows how long. Mine is, they'll be able to take it and twist it and spin it. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. I don't know. As somebody who I'm not a PC gamer, and I think I'm not a PC gamer for a couple reasons. Oh, hold on a second.
Oh,
can you hear that?
no. No, I think that's you, big guy. A little bit of that tinnitus going, not a little bit of tinnitus going on there.
No, I think it was I had ringing in my ear, but I was like, oh, I can't hear out of this ear. I was like, you hear that? No.
Nice.
Yeah,
No,
neither do I. No, I'm not going crazy. What was I saying? Oh, I'm not a PC gamer for I think for two reasons. One, the age that I am. PC gaming for me growing up was literally like Oregon Trail, Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego, and Jordan versus Bird. It was stuff like that, stuff that we played at school in the computer lab every Friday. It's computer, we get to play games and stuff. And I mean, I had a computer growing up, but I mean, I was rocking a Commodore, but gaming wasn't what it is now, obviously.
yeah.
If I had gaming now like I did, or if I had gaming then like I do now, I think there's no doubt in my mind that I would have been a PC gamer. But two, I don't know. I prefer sitting on my couch and rocking back and just hitting the sticks.
I mean,
I love a control. I love a console controller, and I know you can get console controllers for for your PC, but I was never one of those WASD kind of people on your keyboard. And
Yeah, to be honest with you, dude, if it's not a first person shooter game, I rarely ever use mouse and keyboard. If it's not a first person shooter game, like Spider-Man, I play with my PlayStation 4 controller. Madden NFL, I use my PlayStation 4 controller. I do the sticks if it's not a first person shooter. If it's first person shooter, oh, mouse and keyboard all the way. I have those hotkeyed to everything I need. But you're 100% right. With some of those games, it's just nice to sit back on the couch. And I mean, that's what I got that big old TV over there for. Just popping the Sony PlayStation and boop, boop, boop. Spider-Man, I'm swinging around the city. So
I will say this, and I've tried this game a couple different times. Everybody knows my love of Middle Earth and elves and dragons and camping. I have tried World of Warcraft.
mm-hmm.
I've tried it a couple times, and I can't do it. And I think some of it is, mouse and keyboard, PC type thing. But looking at this acquisition of Activision and Blizzard, could we possibly see World of Warcraft on console finally?
Well, I know that a lot of people are thinking StarCraft 3 is going to come out again. Right. StarCraft 3 is going to be here. I mean, to be honest with you, Diablo 3 is a great console game. My buddy says he likes it a little bit more on the PC. It's a very PC light game. I call it PC light because there's only I only have to worry about 4 or 5 buttons that I have to push. Right. And it's really fun. So if you can't really get into those kind of games, but kind of like the genre of, the overhead 3D kind of, open world like that, try Diablo 3. I mean, the remaster is fantastic. I've been enjoying it so much with a buddy of mine. I'm learning about the game and it's fun to learn about. But yeah, I would like to see some of those old games come to the consoles, what was it? Command and Conquer, those games were those games are fantastic. And to see them come to the console world, that'd just be fantastic. That'd be phenomenal.
I thought Command and Conquer did come to console.
I was talking about the games like that in general.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, just in general, because Activision and Blizzard, that was kind of their bread and butter for the longest time, was a lot of those games. And I would absolutely love to see, that tweet from Xbox way back when on Happy National Gamers Day, where there's we're all, no matter where our X button is, we're all gamers. That's how I feel about games nowadays. I hate this exclusivity crap with a passion, because I don't want to have to buy 3 different systems to play 3 different games.
Yeah.
But
and that's what I was hoping with, games like Halo and Spider-Man, God of War, Mario even. I mean, Mario's always going to be Nintendo. It's all I honestly I do not see games like Mario or Zelda coming to Xbox or PlayStation ever. It's just one of those things that, having worked at GameStop for a while, and it was always the question was, who's a better console? Who's a better console? Xbox, PlayStation. It was never Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. And it wasn't because, that they're not competition. Nintendo isn't a game. They're in their own category.
Mm-hmm.
What Nintendo does is so great. I don't think it really can compete with Xbox or PlayStation because it's so different. And they have so many of those titles like Mario and Zelda that are exclusive to those consoles, because to play Mario on PlayStation, I think would just be weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I am happy that Nintendo has gotten more into adult games, whether it be Diablo or, Diablo or Mortal Kombat, seeing that blood and everything that we want to see as adult gamers.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they have stepped it up, and it's not just we're kid friendly or family friendly. But going back to what I was saying about PlayStation and Xbox, having that question all the time of what's a better console, and then Xbox really to come out to go, hey, it shouldn't be necessarily about who's a better console. It should just be about, let's just play together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish more and more of these games were cross-platformed. It would be nice to be able to play my Xbox and play Spider-Man with somebody who's on it on PlayStation or Nintendo or whatever, like you can with like Minecraft or Fortnite or whatever.
I think with Sony kind of looking at the acquisition that is in front of them, I think we are honestly moving more towards that, because it seems like the more that we're branching out and the more, like, again, going back to Nintendo, they are being a little bit more active in the gaming community. Even though they are that juggernaut in their own category, they're kind of going, hey, we understand the future of gaming, and bless you, and we understand what's going on with gaming. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what happens. I think I speak for you as well too. So
Absolutely.
I guess because I know this was just kind of a small little snippet, because it leads into our next episode, the top tens. Dash, you want to hit them with it, or?
This Friday's episode, I know originally we had said, I think we might have mentioned it down the road or a couple episodes past, that we were going to be working up to top 10 music movies, well, and now TV. But what I try to do is the episodes that we talk about usually have something to do with going on, whether it be something in the news or some kind of anniversary or something or whatever. So originally we were going to do music movies and TV because of the Grammys, but the Grammys have been postponed now. So I was like, well, this didn't feel like didn't feel right to do a music, movie, and TV episode since the Grammys are here. But since this acquisition is already started the ball rolling, and again, I know it's not going to finalize until 2023. But since Microsoft, Xbox, Activision, Blizzard, everybody's in the news, why not do top 10 video game, movies, and TV this Friday on the show? It will be myself. It will be, let me see if I can do this, Mr. Jared.
Ah, there we go.
There we go. It just, the whole backwards thing like bothers me sometimes. And as you see, Miss Stephanie is not here with us. She is she's kind of going on a work sabbatical here, to where a couple of her bosses are out. So she's stepping up to the plate right now, giving her a little bit of a break. She'll be back with us. We will have a stand-in. That sounds weird, a stand-in.
I know, right?
Yeah. We will have a new member of the Shorts and Hoodies team, only temporary. Like I said, Stephanie will be back. Her name is Tiffany. We call her Tiff. And she will be with us this Friday on the show. We might bring a couple other people to the Friday shows as well.
See if we can't get some variety.
Yeah, I spoke with a couple of past hosts from season 1. We may bring back a couple people, and we'll see here.
All right. Well, my name has been Jared. I've got, I know we talked about it at the beginning here. I've got some side quests is a special thing that I'm going to be throwing out there. And I know Dash gave me the green light to do a bunch of that. So it's more kind of some gameplay, kind of some challenges, just kind of talking about games in general, a little bit more in depth just than the other level up stuff where I try to level you up with knowledge. But so we got a bunch of nice, cool things coming down the pipeline. I'm excited to do video games. Everyone knows I love video games if you haven't realized it. So Dash, I appreciate you giving me the video game stuff to kind of play around with. So thank you.
I will say this. I've already started on my top 10 list. This was kind of difficult one for me.
Really?
Yeah. Again, I'm just a medium gamer, but some of these I kind of was a little snobbish with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going for it. Baker's going for it. Oh, that devious little buddy. Look at him.
I'm not doing anything, Daddy.
No, just not thinking about much.
But yeah, I found myself being very picky about what I like and what I don't like, and yeah, this one was difficult for me. I will say, I still haven't finalized my list,
but yeah, I feel you. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I've got a couple that I think I've got all 10 of them down, but it's just trying to figure out what position they're going to be in, like, so I'm excited.
Not a lot of video game TV stuff,
depending upon how you look at it.
Well, let's talk about that then.
We'll talk about that then.
What constitutes a video game TV show?
Dude, the old school side scroller 2Ds.
What?
Remember, like The Simpsons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay,
Double Dragon.
we're not doing top 10 video games.
Yeah. Double Dragon
doing-
was a movie. The Simpsons
Right.
are a long-standing TV show. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So yeah, let's talk about that's the thing I want to talk about. To me, I would argue that video game movies and TV are movies and TV that originated after the video game, because they are based on a video game. That's why I say that. You have games like Simpsons Hit and Run, all that stuff came about after the show.
So TV or movie series that were made because of the video game.
There you go.
Okay, all right. Well, looks like I got some
when
stuff
when you get into that aspect, there's a lot of stuff that you can get into to go. But when you flip it the other way around, that's where it's like, oh, that's kind of difficult here. Like, not a lot. I mean,
you might want to pass it on to Tiff, because I don't know if she's probably doing the same thing that I was thinking.
Yeah, I'll send out a message here in a minute on the group chat.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Dash. I have more homework now that I have to achieve.
Not a problem. It's my job, right?
It's your job. Well, Dash, I thought that was going to be a very different conversation between you and I, to be honest with you, about the Sony PlayStation, because I had that miscommunication between, I thought you were very much a PlayStation fanboy, and it was like, ooh, I've got like notes. So
no, I bleed green very much. As you'll see from the thumbnail here, it's all green, baby. It's all green. Yeah, I love Microsoft. I love Xbox. I very much do. Again, nothing against PlayStation. I don't want to get hate from all the PlayStation fanboys and girls out there who bleed that blue, but it's how I kind of grew up. So that original X box, literal, such a beautiful thing.
Dash, take us on out of here. Take us on out, big guy.
That is I did that one right. I did that one good quick.
Yeah,
Boom,
you did.
Right there. That's Jared. I'm Dash. Make sure to follow us on Shorts and Hoodies on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, okay? Let us know what you think about the acquisition here that's going through with Microsoft, Activision, and Blizzard. Hit us up on all of our social media at SNH Pod. That is SNH POD. We are on all the social medias. Yeah, we will see you on Friday. Top 10 video game, movies, and TV. Bye-bye.
Cut the check.